Last time on Reel of the Gods Full House. We find Nolene and Briathar accompanying Hercules as they step through the portal from the pressures of Sisyphean struggle gym into a warm, beautiful restaurant called the Suave Shrimp. As Hercules patted his belly, his eyes locked upon his frequent frenemy, Thor, the god of thunder, who was already seated with many plates of delicious coconut shrimp devoured. Nolene and Briathar notice that Ringo, the god of red pandas, and Lasius, the god of shoemaking, are already there and have a smug look on their face. Ringo and Lasius have won the race to find the gods. Too bad, so sad. The two upper gods awkwardly greet each other and sit across from each other. The gang then knew it was up to them to get their relationship back on track to fulfill Cyril's request for the duo to host God's Got Talent. The gang jumps into motion to pull the strings to keep the meeting as positive as possible. Hercules immediately orders more coconut shrimp and complains that Thor always eats all the coconut shrimp. Nolene takes a look at the table and sees a burger and remarks, "Nolene, who the hell orders a burger in a shrimp restaurant?" Thor, "I did. It's actually an appetizer." Lasius, shocked that this is possible and wanting to follow in the footsteps of his idol, also orders a burger appetizer. Seeing an opportunity to extort a child, Ringo intercepts a waiter and redirects their appetizer burger to Hercules instead. The child's father explains, "Father, well son, they are celebrities. They're more important than us." The gang gets the two talking about past God's Got Talent seasons, and they reveal that the last competition that put the show on hiatus was caused by Quetzalcoatl entering the competition that Cthulhu had already entered. The two apparently hate each other so much that their conflict destroyed the set. Briathar asked about what happened with H.P. Lovecraft. Hercules replies that he's in the Lovecraft hole with his cat, never to leave. That sucks for him. Maybe he shouldn't have been such a racist. Lasius convinces Hercules to also try the appetizer burger. Briathar gets the table water while Nolene gets the good stuff, top-shelf wine. The duo drinks wine directly from the bottle. Nolene drinks a glass and becomes visibly drunk, activating luck powers. Hercules again complains about the lack of coconut shrimp, and Lasius starts to panic. He sprints off at unbelievable speeds to the kitchen to figure out what the hell is happening. Ringo follows shortly after. Get it? Because he's short? Lasius immediately confronts the kitchen worker handling a delivery of what appears to be coconut shrimp. "Lasius, what the hell is taking so long?" Worker, "Well, we can't cook them until we check them into inventory." Lasius groaned and immediately began signing in all the inventory himself. Ringo jumps on the head of one of the chefs and tries to control them Ratatouille style. In reality, he just ends up pulling the guy's hair and probably getting red panda hair in the dish. Shortly after, Ringo calls up Loki on his cellular device and asks him how he could get Thor to cry. Ringo suggests maybe a sad poem about Ragnarok. However, Loki states definitely that Thor does not sad cry. The only time he has seen Thor cry is when he is laughing uncontrollably. Ringo, still atop the cook's head, finally hops down. The cook seems unfazed about the entire ordeal. Lasius and Ringo take control of the kitchen, shouting orders left and right. Lasius delivers the coveted coconut shrimp to the friars and, well, let's just say he screams many profanities at the cook until they get the dish right. "Lasius, it's raw." The idiot sandwich of a cook finally gets the dish correct, and Ringo, with a mischievous grin, creates horns atop his head and delivers the shrimp to the table. Lasius is last seen in the restaurant, berating the cook making shrimp ice cream so badly that he begins to cry into the ice cream. The cook is so pathetic that his tears were not strong enough to infuse the ice cream with pure sadness. Outside the kitchen, on the restaurant floor, the same annoying child is being an absolute nuisance, causing a massive ruckus and disturbing Thor and Hercules' peace. Briathar, seeing an opportunity for chaos, trips a waiter, spilling spaghetti and meatballs all over the brat. That'll show them for being a child. Briathar also summons a tentacle for Thor and Hercules to arm wrestle, but they smash it without issue. Ringo hands off the coconut shrimp, and Hercules is finally satisfied with his meal. Nolene, quite drunkenly, convinces the duo that they work better together than apart. The two finally decide to put aside their differences and they shake hands in an iconic pose. Nolene drops a photo of the two working together, and it further reminds them of their friendship. They reward the party with 4 Thor Hercules collaborative coloring books. They immediately challenge each other to an arm wrestling competition. It became so heated that it destroyed the entire restaurant. Horus was still sitting at one of the tables that somehow survived the explosion, and he blankly stares ahead, covered in soot Looney Tunes style. Seeing that there was no decisive winner, the two move on to a counting competition as the two gods are counting at unbelievable speeds. Serenity, the god of turnips, walks up to the crater that used to be the restaurant. She is now buff as all hell and exclaims that she beat the now servile radish prince by 1 push-up. The gang is very proud of her. Everyone decides to part ways and the gang leaves in Briathar's badass airship. The gang gets home and speaks with the others. Ognir is still as flat as a pancake and hobbles over to speak with Ringo. He tells him that there is a chance that they can make a lot of money and also help Ringo's people. Ringo, excited by the prospect of a big payday, is all fluffy ears. It turns out that Colonel Pandas has been collaborating to release a new beverage in his restaurant, a watermelon soda filled with the perverse essence of the Watermelon Man. The product launch will be revealed to the public at the Pharaoh's Trove Casino, where the public will get a first taste of the new product and in turn promote it to the public. Ognir wants Ringo to infiltrate the event and to sabotage the product's primary ingredient. Ringo, though resistant to being railroaded, agrees to help. Lasius's cobbler key begins vibrating, and as he touches it, he gets transported to the cobbler's cottage, where he makes another shoe, so that the cobblers may help Lasius prepare to gain the forbidden shoe. Enelon then busts down the door and starts espousing how she was forced to watch 15 hours of sloth gym ethic videos. No one seemed to care. Oh well. Lasius crafts shoes for Serenity's little nub feet, which she immediately holds over the whimpering radish prince's head. The gang then decides that the day isn't done yet, and they head down to the supermarket. They frantically run down the aisles like a bunch of children, picking up all their favorites: French bread pizza, pizza rolls, Hot Pockets, pizza flavored probably, smiley fries, and of course Thoreos. As Briathar is reenacting the iconic scene from Titanic, not the guy hitting the propeller, but the one where they're at the front of the ship, he spots a Sasquatch man who looks kinda like Weird Al. He convinces the Sasquatch, whom he's calling Sassy, to join them. Mop-In Mike, an employee, recognizes Nolene and Briathar as shoplifters and reports them to management. Briathar chucks a tomato at his head, which he masterfully deflects. The gang departs the store on the airship and heads home after throwing a tomato at Mop-In Mike again. Nolene gifts a fake plant she bought to Serenity, who again immediately holds it over the whimpering Radish Price's head. Sassy walks through the gang's base of operations and remarks that there sure are a lot of people living here as he gazes at a flat raccoon. Horus, the god of wisdom, a pack of ice wolves playing poker with a goose, a buff turnip, and Wimpy Radish and Orc in a nice hat, some slow-moving, very unlucky gal in the room, and several multi-level marketing squid. Sassy then reveals his real name, Terry. Will Ringo save his people and get a huge payday, or just get a big payday? Will the gang pick up more distorted AI image background characters? Will God's Got Talent be a success? Will Wool choke on buttered chicken? Find out next time on Realm of the Gods Full House.